council officers and to make recommendations regarding these reports to the monthly council meeting. Council's delegates on the Infrastructure and Environmental Committee are Mayor Kennedy, Deputy Mayor Hickey, Councillor Allgate, Councillor Byrne and Councillor Chandler. All councillors undertook an oath of affirmation at the beginning of their term of office and declared to undertake the duties of the council of the councillor in the best interest of the people of Broken Hill local government area and the city of Broken Hill. And they will faithfully and impartially carry out the functions, powers, authorities and discretions vested in them under the Local Government Act 1993 or any other act to the best of their ability and judgment. Live stream and recording this committee meeting is being live streamed via YouTube, recorded and published online via council's website. For those present in the meeting today, by attending this public meeting, you are consenting to your image, voice and comments being recorded and published. The chairperson and or general manager have the ability to pause the live stream if comments or debate are considered defamatory or otherwise inappropriate for publishing. Participants are advised they may be subject to legal action if they engage in unlawful behaviour or commentary. Apologies? Any apologies? No apologies. Nil apologies. No, sorry, move that. Move of that. Thanks, Ashley. Seconder. Thanks, Councillor Chandler. Leave of absence, nil leave of absence. The prayer, call on Councillor Chandler. Can you do the prayer, please?
Almighty God, we ask you to invoke your blessing upon this council, direct and prosperity and liberation with the advancement and the true welfare of the people of the council area, our state of Australia.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Byrne, can you do the acknowledgement of country, please?
We acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which we meet today, the land of the Willakali people, and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging.
Thanks, Councillor. And Councillor Allgate.
We take time to reflect, remember and honour the over 800 miners that lost their lives and those that were crippled or maimed on the line of load. We thank the brave miners and their wives who were part of the 1919-1920 strike that lasted over 500 days and delivered a 35-hour working week. Mining is our past and our future.
Thank you, Councillor Allgate. Minutes for confirmation of the last meeting. Have a move for those. Councillor Byrne. And seconded, Councillor Chandler. Councillor Allgate. Want to speak on that, Councillor Byrne? No disclosure of interest. Thank you. Reports. First report, Broken Hill City Council report number 3625, dated March the 5th, 2025. Development application 108/2024, subdivision of land of 1 lot to 15 lots and associated earthworks and utility services installation at 1 Hine Street, Broken Hill. Do I have a mover?
Move that way.
Move that, Councillor Allgate. And seconder, Councillor Chandler. Thank you. Councillor Allgate.
I move it mainly because I think it's a good cause and more important than everything else, I don't think that sort of land would be terribly attractive to too many other developers. So I think it's a good thing if we can use the land for the purposes that are set out in the report.
Thank you, Councillor Allgate. Councillor Chandler.
I just think it's a win for the town. We're getting more housing and we're bring the town better on. We're better off for it.
Thank you, Councillor Chandler. Mayor Kennedy, do you want to?
Yeah, just briefly. Look, there was a few people that complained about but the reality is the complaints aren't something that would change our decision. It doesn't allow us to change our decision. But what it does do is gives Broken Hill and the community an opportunity to move forward, which will, if it does come to fruition, will be very positive to the city. There'll be a major development out there that will cause other developments in the city without a doubt.
Thanks, Mayor Kennedy. Look, I agree with that. Your comments, I was about to say that, but if you get some movement in the town and people going forward, we've got lots of people who've had applications in that they're sitting there at the moment, haven't worked on them, haven't moved at all. And I think they've got 5 years. Is it? Yeah, 5 years from the date of approval to get them started. And we need somebody to get one cracking. I spoke to the guys that bought the blocks down the end of Iodide on the weekend about it. they promised me they are still going to do their development down there. And so, and I said, well, quickly better, because when you get started, you can get them rented out. But yeah, I think that's great. It's a great area to do it. All in favour? Unanimous. Item number 2, Broken Hill City Council Report number 3725 dated February 2025. Parks and Open Space Service Review. Over mover. Councillor Byrne. Seconder. Councillor Chandler. Councillor Byrne.
Yeah, it's a very well read report. The only thing I'm probably a little bit concerned was about the rationalisation of the open spaces. Like the report says, we have a lot of open spaces in Broken Hill, and not many councils this size have that sort of stuff. So I think we need to do all we can to keep those open spaces and making the best thing possible for the city.
Yeah, thanks, Councillor Byrne. Councillor Chandler. Did you want to speak, Becky?
Yeah, look, it is surprising. Council has done a few of these reports, and it came back that Broken Hill actually didn't have enough open spaces. So even though we have a lot, it doesn't meet what we require. So that's why it's important we do look after the open spaces we have. If you take into account the common and the region, of course, we have plenty of open spaces, but they're not part of the city. It's not part of an area that many people can actually utilise. So for us, we need to make sure that we do look after the parks and gardens that we have to a high standard, so that the city remains livable. Because I don't know if many other people just on the weekend talking to a lot of tourists are pretty happy with the way the city's looking. They're happy with the way that our parks, ovals, and other amenities are looking. And this is something we need to continue if we do want to grow Broken Hill.
Thanks, Becky. What I found in that report was interesting. We're well down on playground area, very low on playground area per 1,000 children, which we probably look at some of this developing around the edge of ovals and things as more playground area as life goes on. They recommend that reducing the number of ovals. Well, we're a growing city. We can't reduce them. We don't want to reduce them. We want to, fix them up as we go, as we need them, but keep them as ovals, because in our future, or I hope in our future, that they're going to become very important. And as far as comments on the town, I was swamped with comments about our Main Street area and everything that on the weekend, that all our visitors that have come back, our locals that have come back, were, extremely happy. Never heard one bad comment. So great stuff. All in favour of that?
Just before
Just before
you go on, it is interesting when you look at the costs. Operational cost per hectare total park, 20,000 for the Australian median. We're 25. You'd expect that in Broken Hill, simply because of the amount of water we have to use and the amount of maintenance to keep weeds and other things outside of our garden. The other thing, that operational cost per hectare of sports ground maintenance is 16,000 as opposed to 9,000. That's a really good outcome for us, considering we've just upgraded a number of facilities, which means our operational costs will reduce even further in those areas. So that's really good for Broken Hill, and really good for what the council does, and that needs to be passed on to everyone. That great job.
Thanks, McKenzie. All in favour? That's unanimous. We get a motion to move into confidential matters. Thanks, Councillor Byrne. Seconder. Yeah, there is. Yeah. Seconder. Councillor Allgate. You want to second that? Thank you. Declare the meeting closed at